excuse me. Hey. There's my pause button. I'd rather not look at the camera for this conversation. I titled it, Time is Always Short. The full title was supposed to be, Time is Always Shorter Than You Need It to Be. And there are reasons why I wanted to make this video. My thyroid might be going bad. Might be bad. When your thyroid's bad, especially the way I think it's going bad, you can have something happen to you suddenly called a thyroid storm. I haven't done the research on what that is, but I also know that thyroid issues affect the heart, as does potassium, which is something that's affecting my body now because of dialysis and kidney failure. So if it's true, I could die suddenly. I could have a shortness of breath, and then it could fade to black. So as you could see, that's prompted quite the evaluation process in my reality. Once upon a time, I had this great fantasy that I could be talking about death, or talking online, or making a video, whatever, and that I could leave while that was happening. Like I'm recording and all of a sudden I'm not here anymore. What an internet sensation. But the idea wasn't to be a sensation. The idea was to be in a meditation and document the experience. Document what I'm seeing or hearing, feeling, imagining, what the experience of it is. I'm not sure how helpful that would be to anybody. Probably wouldn't help anybody, except that they could know that they could go calmly. They could, but what vanity is that? Seriously. That is like super vanity. I need this to breathe every now and again. So do a lot of people. This contributes to my death. So sick, a lot of people. But none of that matters. Because the truth is, it's time to go, right? And you could only be true to yourself. You could only ask yourself, have you done everything you could? Have you tried everything you wanted to try? Did you find your full potential? Did you challenge? Did you search for truth? What are the gains of your life? Everybody asks those questions, and I don't know who knows me, knows that I probably haven't reached the point that I'm trying to speak about just yet, because it's all nerves, it's all nerves. So, you ready with me while we find our comb that we just lost? Haha! You ready with me while we examine life? I'm alive. You're alive. channel changes and ideas. I don't feel like reading propaganda anymore. It bores me. Not that it bores me, but that I feel at this point, since I understand my thyroid's bad and my death may or may not be imminent, there's other things I want to spend my time on. Things that by teaching or speaking or reading from that point of view, from the Zen side of my reality, would be better. Time spent. Better time spent. Because then I can say that I have not left anything unsaid. As for the curriculum, I've mentioned every single book by name. You'll have to have it on your own to figure it out. Which reminds me of another recurring and very sad thought. I'm popular. One of my wonderful viewers said, I'm a whole vibe. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't get to vibe with many people, so. But I wanted to leave vibe behind. For those who will. But for especially, as you all know, that I repeat every single day, for the sake of my grandchild or grandchildren, whichever comes first. I've read her story. I've sang her song. I've done everything I could but be there consistently and survive. But you know what would never separate us? Truth. The truth that I dedicated my life to studying. If she found that, she would find exactly what I have found. She will. Know me, because she'll know herself. No, probably don't. Who cares if that makes sense? Now it takes me to my next point. I'm probably not going to read other books except for my Zen books. I want to get them there. I want to get them there. And as for reading books for my grandchild, it slows me down because I'm sick all the time. I'm sick all the time. I don't have the energy. Just once I feared I would. So it's sporadic. It's hit or miss. I still feel like I have got so much to say, but I don't. In a very real way. We're going to be forgotten despite ourselves, aren't we? So we make the most of our own experience, because we'll take that with us when we go. And I want you to be able to experience what you have and treasure it. I don't want you to run away from yourself. I don't want you to put excuses in front of logic and all the things the human mind is definitely prone to. I want you to fight. But that just means I'm out of touch. suffer hard every single day. I'm out of touch with how impossible it is for people. And I watch politics all the time. And I watch the battle, the debate. I look at the world, I look at history, I look at all those things every single day. Every single day I'm on YouTube reading it, watching it, reading it, arguing in my head sometimes. Actually, it's a bad habit. Don't do that often. But at any rate, I do. I sit there. I live. I'm getting all sidetracked again. Sorry. What I mean is, A, I can't fix it. B, I can't teach anybody to fix it. C, it don't need fixing. You want me to explain that? Oh my god, ask a question. It's not even real, actually. Because the only thing that I have is the silence, this room, the breath, and opinions that trigger feelings. And it's not going to be part of me when I die, is it? And I wanted to study Buddhism. I wanted to study Zen. I wanted to have the time and space to do that. And I've had it for the last year. I don't know if I've done any good with it. I feel like I haven't studied enough. And then with the realization of, your thyroid can whack out on you any minute as well, and it would be life-threatening. Then you have, talking to me, I have these low blood pressure moments where everything fogs, caves, and goes black and near black. I can't breathe, I can't think. It's when the low blood pressure hits. Well, who'd have thunk it? Last year, high blood pressure about killed me. Felt different yet similar. Then how does low blood pressure kill me? And why? Because I'm dehydrated. Did you know that dehydration is bad for the heart? I've got a lot of things going against me. And I know, sadly, I'll never be popular, never be listened to, never be heard, never be. I've only got a handful of friends, and they're the best friends in the entire universe. But what gives a shit? And in my real life, I don't feel like too many people give much of a shit about me either. It might pain them to hear that, but it pains me that they don't want to spend any kind of time with me in a giving way. It pains me. I have a sister who's a musician, and she just doesn't even want to play with me. It hurts. It hurts that every time I text or try to call my father, he doesn't answer or never looks at the text. It hurts. It hurts that my daughter doesn't really like me much, or she loves me and she holds this guilt, but that she just doesn't want to help herself. That hurts me a lot. It hurts that I have a best friend for an ex-husband. can't strengthen him or comfort him through any of his hard times, and I was really a bad wife because I'm not that emotionally giving. It hurts. I can't see my son take himself by the hand and lead himself in wisdom and power. It hurts everything I ever wanted. It was just something I couldn't make. And that I didn't learn. Sin early enough. To understand the guy bothers me. But you know, I'm not gonna go into the afterlife thinking about those things. Because I'm proud of my people. I'm proud of my sister. She's wonderful. She's self-sacrificing. She really is. She's so beautiful. Way more giving than I ever have been. I can't even discipline myself to read through some books. Speaking of which, I want to start reading my own books for me, for my sake, and slowing me down. Trying to read through the education for now. And like I said, it's such an unpopular subject and an unpopular day to be received by uneducated, common YouTubies. It's no good. It's no good for anybody. I wrote my whole blog about the spiritual psychological journey. Not about it, but through it. Fucking narrations and thought games and all kinds of good things. Useless. Just useless, forgotten trash. Like any other human being has been. Except for the greats, right? The ones we remember forever. So I had a dumb little fantasy, didn't I? How sick. My fantasy's over. Even if I achieved a teeny little portion of fame or community, I'm still living. Eventually, years from now, the only reason why I'm doing this meditation today is because today I was kind of shocked with the realization that thyroid shit's pretty bad. Given the way I've been feeling. Trying to recover from dehydration. You think you drink enough water sometimes. What's that? You haven't seen me drink water in 15 minutes? Don't worry, I'm about to pause and get no, what I want to do is dedicate the rest of my readings to Zen so I can get my entire mind on that so I'll know directly what to do, to not be caught up in these these circles that I'm caught up in right now, this pain. I want to make sure the old devils and demons on the other side of reality aren't going to be able to tell me things like, you didn't do enough. Do you remember that? You're bad. And for me to have to feel that way. Because just because it's the way I'm going to die. I was thinking, if I read the Zen Masters, if I want to change up, or if I get a public vote, maybe I'll just go ahead and read the blog. Read at least read the stories, because there's like 3 fiction stories within the blog. I'll read my own fiction. Of course, ChatGPT told me that my fiction sounds like excited, not disjointed, but excited, like a first draft. And he's right. It is first draft. It's just I don't have the education to understand the nuts and bolts, who's, what's, how's, and whys to make it sound whatever you want it to sound like. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's a pretty goddamn good first draft. So I think it's a pretty good book, baby. Now, the princess story, the fairy tale story, that one I thought through, and I even jotted notes in the thinking process of how the story was going to go. So you could say that one is like the second draft, only it was the first one written. Alright. So yeah. What goes through your mind when you think you might actually be leaving? I suppose a lot of people fall right into La La Land. Oh, when I die, all the pain's gonna be gone. They don't consider how it becomes gone. By what process does it become gone? By what process was it even called pain itself to you in your reality? No, they don't know. They immediately have a self-justifying fantasy of glory, justification, comfort. Even myself, I think at the moment of death, my imagination, my little imaginary friend, why, she'll be there to hold me. Because I crave comfort and understanding and belonging and wanting to be wanted in my life. So naturally what I'm going to imagine happens as the reward of successful dying. So my son, I hope he has some quarters. So I need quarters. Well, he hasn't texted me yet. Oh, dang. What's that? I have 2 loads of laundry to do, but I have 3 missing quarters. Alright. Others might fear a lot more than that. They might fear their sins, their shortcomings. They haven't conquered the Book of Serenity yet. How can, point. I want to conquer the Book of Serenity. I want to read the rest of my Zen books. I want to dedicate myself to the continual study of, of the way of the scriptures. I haven't started studying the actual scriptures, but I definitely want to familiarize myself with the teachings, even though they're irrelevant. They're irrelevant to you, they're irrelevant to everybody, they're irrelevant to any words that may fall upon somebody else's ears. And I'll never be able to have a Zen conversation with a Zen person, unless, of course, killed in Mount Alaska. But as I've already promised you, if you study the way you know all the teachers. To my granddaughter, study the way. I've left you all these Zen books. Just listen, just listen. We promise. You won't find a better religion ever, please. It's not enough to study about Zen. It's not enough to know how to hold your back straight and breathe. You gotta know how to examine the mind without going crazy. And finding a teacher is so hard. Listen, every time I try to teach somebody, I screwed them up. Because I'm no good at it. So, I should have let my children follow their own way, and I should have been a lot more attentive to the places where they were at. And since I don't know where you're at, I shouldn't try to oppose myself on my view on that, as it means to encourage you. But I should learn to see things from your reality, which is pretty damn hard. Because all the people are selfish, and I am. Everyone's got an ego. Lately I've been studying how strong, damn hell the ego is. Holy shit. People actually want to kill me in the name of God. This is their reality. No. Like, you hear the stories, but you're somehow distant from it because you're not there. It's not happening in front of you. It's not in your backyard. But there is an actual evil in people. I don't know where the world's coming. I don't. I don't like it. So I feel like it's time to, especially since my year is almost up. Every day I live past this next year is 15. It's a wonderful day. And I'm tired of wasting time. Even though I'm studying Zen all the time, I'm still wasting time. I want to live in the moment. I want to be here. Maybe I should finish watching Doctor Who and try to hit that blanket. And it just proves to me that that blanket will never be finished. A bonsai tree will never get grown. The Minecraft world will never become co-op. Teacher, Pai Chang, or Buzzang. I call him Buzzang. He's hardcore. He'll knock your socks off. first one that sounds like Zen. Yeah, this sounds like Zen. This sounds like Zen. We're gonna do the Zen, 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 Siddly diddly. This is all the time I have left. I have time for nothing else.